just wanna be her, from your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, my go right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems.
The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Houston Texans. Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away.
And that drives coaches insane. Doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Watson with a give to Miller. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
now. Black 80. Show that bench release and go. Alert, alert. Black,
they'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Eyes on 13. Eyes on 13.
Easy, easy.
Trips over here. Let's overload. Overload.
Check, check. Fresno. Fresno.
Hey, echo.
Here's Roethlisberger. Johnson's got it complete. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Don't be scared of it.
Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
Check 31. Check 31.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Low bow.
To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Like 20.
Off QB zone.
8, 8, 8, 8. Hey, Charlie.
Alert 3.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
You got nothing. Mike 41. We got a wedge that. Exit.
Hey, wahoo. 77, 77.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
You good?
Check 37. Check 37.
Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Right here, 41 Mike.
2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check.
31.
Check hot.
Check 15. Check 50.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it staring at a 3rd down and 13. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
2 points down, he's coming. 2 points down, he's coming.
From the gun, here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man, complete. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 79 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they've ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next, and rightly so because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has gotten together and the defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Hey, Zoo! Alert, alert!
Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he finds McDonald. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
44.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We got to get
You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Well, with that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17. So I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as a team that could go deeper because of their defense. That's really a top 5 defense on any given Sunday. Their ability to rush the passer, their ability to play the ball in the air. I like that Tennessee team, and I think Ryan Tannehill, the switch to him at quarterback, has really energized that club.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, box drop, box drop. 41, Mike, 41. Take both of them. 36, 36. Showing it, showing it. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Easy, easy.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And now another one thrown incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Watson just beating the play clock. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
He's mine, he's mine, he's mine. Switch, switch, switch.
Hey, 31. Hey, 24.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, an even 90 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with it. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Easy.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up second down. Well, let's get back to the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC. Let's look at the NFC. That race starting to come into focus. We know most of the teams. Seahawks, 49ers, Saints, and Packers all in. Vikings in good shape. How do you handicap this race? It seems like anyone can beat anyone.
I think you're spot on, because if you were going into the playoffs with these teams that we're going to talk about, who would you make the absolute favorite? It could be anyone, right? It could be Seattle. It could be San Francisco. It could be New Orleans. I know Minnesota's probably going to come in as a wild card. Green Bay will come in as a division champ, it looks like. But bottom line is, Dallas or Philadelphia's got to win the NFC East. And I don't know that anyone wants to go to their home field and play when they have to play in a divisional game. So when you get it all together, and maybe that would be a wild card, I would guess, because they'd be the 4th team in. But when you put it all together, it is absolutely wide open about who wins the NFC and represents for the Lombardi Trophy.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking of
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And he's got Carlos Hyde. See you later. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde, 88 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Double bump. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check, check, check. Hey, orbit. Nice, sweetheart.
Mike 41. We've got a wedge.
After the sack on 1st down, Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
7-7.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
Watch 89. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Switch. Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
After the interception, here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
He's checking the 9.
Throwing again is Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Their lead to 28-0 now. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. And it's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Need some therapy after this. Check.
Hey, 59. Kill.
Check four.
Let's go.
They run it again with Hyde. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
What's that? 19.
98's the mic.
Watch the pass.
Sponge. 55. No.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Deuce. Hey, 59.
Motion. Bump.
Hey, check Mike.
Right stone. Travel.
Undercrunch. Hey, 59.
And that'll set them back 5. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6.
24. Off. 50. 24.
Watch the pass.
Hey, watch it.
Switch.
Alert.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Slam. 24 is down. He's coming. Hey, 31.
Check.
Hey, alert.
Check.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He finds Hopkins complete, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's Roethlisberger. That is incomplete. Well, Charles, while we have a second, we talked about the NFC playoff picture, but I wanted to get your thoughts on a hot topic right now in NFL circles. That's awarding a home game to every division winner, regardless of record. It's happened twice in this decade that we've seen a 7-9 team in Seattle get a home game and a 7-8-1 Carolina team get one. Where do you stand on this? Because there's a scenario where you could have a 13-win team from the NFC West traveling to face an 8-win team from the NFC East.
I know I'm a dinosaur on this one. Absolutely. I love the division champ getting a home game. I don't care what the record is, and I know it sounds wrong, and we're in this society now where everything has to be fair and right. And we would like that, and I would like that too for most big topics. But in sports, it's actually kind of cool when these things happen. Remember, Seattle at 7-9 hosted the defending Super Bowl champs New Orleans and beat them. That big Marshawn Lynch run that we'll remember forever. Carolina at 7-8-1, they actually lost at home in their
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a good result there, as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Check three. Get it down.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
I'm coming after you. Play.
Following the penalty, it's high. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
98's the mic. Hey, come on, oh. Motion. Watch 98. Watch 94. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Alert 3.
Again, it's high. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Check. In the car. Switch.
Now high. And some space here. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
No. Off.
Shift.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On second down, Hyde. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Reset. 19.
98 to Mike.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Hal.
Shift.
24.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
.46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
24.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he slings one that's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Roethlisberger, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Sack City, baby. Double bump. Kill.
These two.
41's coming. 41's the mic.
Here we go.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Set. 19.
98 to Mike. Come on. You better.
25.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Hot 7. Let's see what you got.
24.
Hey, check.
25. 24.
Watch 98.
On 1st and 10, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Yeah, baby.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check safety. Alert flare.
Here's Hyde, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Texans on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
Watch the safety creep. 36. Check. Look, I'm getting fast.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
First six.
198. Watch us, guys. Get your swarm on.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. DJ Reader picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Start! 230.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Black is third.
Roethlisberger will throw. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Watch zoom. 98 to Mike.
Check.
199. 98 to Mike. Watch the run. 198. Watch 98. 98 to Mike.
3 buzz.
Throwing now, Watson. He gets it to Thomas. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. On first down, it's Watson. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
That's a touchdown right there.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Johnson's got it complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, Echo.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Here we go. 180.
Check 41. Not today, you are. Not today.
Under 10. No spacing. 10.
Mike 41. We've got to wedge that out.
It's our field.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.